Professor Weasley asked me to, get something from that book. May I have it?
Did she now? I'll give you this book if you humour me by answering a few questions from my quiz.
Quiz?
Some people call bits of knowledge trivia. I would argue that no knowledge is trivial. Hence, I have created a small quiz, just for fun, focusing mainly on the lore of the wizarding world. None of the other students will try it, no matter how many times I ask. They all say they have enough with schoolwork. Ugh, they don't value knowledge the way I do. Surely you're interested. I'll even start you off with a few of my easiest questions.
A quiz sounds like fun.
Splendid! Just a few questions and then I'll hand over this book. Let us begin. Before the invention of the golden snitch, which magical creature was used in a game of Quidditch?
The golden snidget.
Correct! The snidget was first introduced to Quidditch in 1269 by a wizard named Barbarous Bragg. Sadly,
Felix Felicis.
Well done! Since it makes the tale of the three...
The Deathly Hallows.
Correct! According to which ball in Quidditch?
The Quaffle.
That's right! True or false? Polyjuice potion allows the drinker to change species.
False.
Correct. While Polyjuice potion can be used to change things well, I suppose this has gone on long enough. I'll put the book back on the pedestal now. If you're inclined to test your knowledge again, I have plenty more questions I could ask you. And I won't be giving you any more easy questions either. The next ones will be more difficult.
I'd like to answer more questions. The Wizard's Council.
That's correct. The wizard... Which dragon breed?
The Peruvian Viper Tooth.
Brilliant! Who founded the...
Hengist of Woodcroft.
That's right! It is believed the hide behind...
A demiguise.
While the hide... What is the only...
The Patronus Charm.
Well done. Who published the law?
Gamp.
One of the principal... What does the
Never tickle a sleeping dragon.
Correct. In Latin, the Hogwarts motto is Draco Dormiens Nunquam Titilandus. Which magical creature?
The Rune's Paw.
That's right! Where is Ilvermorny School of Witchcraft and Wizardry located?
Mount Greylock.
The Americans... What is the most powerful...
Amortentia.
Amatentious. Are you interested in...
Give me your worst.
Wonderful. I do admire your thirst for knowledge. Emeric the Evil was killed in a duel against whom?
Egbert the Egregious.
That's right. Emeric gained notoriety for terrorizing villages in the south of England during the Middle Ages, when he was the master of the Elder Wand. If a chaser keeps their hand on the quaffle as it goes through the goal, what foul are they committing?
Haversacking.
That's right. Blatching is flying to intentionally collide with a player. Stooging is when two chasers knock the other team's keeper away from the goals so that a third chaser can score. A bite from a mackled malaclaw has the unusual side effect of causing what?
Bad luck.
Correct! Native to the European coastline, the effects of a malaclaw's bite can last up to a week. What plant excretes stink sap?
Mimblus Mimbletonia.
Correct! The Mimbleless Mimbletonia plant secretes stink sap as a defensive mechanism when touched. The Pepper Up potion evolved from a remedy created by which 12th century wizard?
Linfred of Stinchcombe.
Very good. Centuries later, Glover Hipworth would expand on Linfred's previous work to create the Pepper Up potion we know today. In The Wizard and the Hopping Pot, what does the elder wizard leave for his son in the hopping pot?
A single slipper.
That's correct. The story was created by Beadle the Bard, but there are a few versions. I won't spoil what the slipper was for if you haven't read it recently. The Snallygaster is native to which region of the world?
North America.
That's right. The part bird, part reptile is a distant relative of the Occamy and has serrated fangs and a bulletproof hide. Who is the Muggle knight featured in the Fountain of Fair Fortune?
Sir Luckless.
Correct! The three witches in the story are named Asher, Altheda, and Amata. Oh, I adore a story that ends with a twist. The world's largest kelpie is also known by what other name?
The Loch Ness Monster.
Correct. The Office of Misinformation has worked diligently to discredit any Muggle evidence of the Kelpie's existence. Who was the first Minister for Magic?
Ulick Gamp.
Yes. Gamp's greatest legacy was the founding of the Department of Magical Law Enforcement. It outlawed the unforgivable curses. You've answered all of my questions. It's nice to know there's another student who appreciates the value of knowledge. I'm frankly astonished by how well you did. You have a talent for trivia. Thank you for humoring me by participating. I had a splendid time. I put the book back on the pedestal for you.
Revelio ought to make quick work of this. Revelio. Professor Weasley's tasks are complete. I should attend Transfiguration.
My mother would like to speak with me. I believe she has learned about some of what we've been up to. I am hoping she may be easier on me if you are there.
Can we meet at the Three Broomsticks? It may finally be safe since we rescued the dragon from Horntail Hall.
I know you're lying, aren't you? You're making it all up.
I heard Professor Weasley transfigured the book with all her test answers into an owl for questions and shooting. Taking owls a bit too literally, if you ask me.
Beautiful.
Goodness. Settle down. Settle down. Transfiguration, as you may be weary of hearing me say, is an exact science that can take a lifetime to master. But we needn't be daunted. Almost anything can be transformed if you can just perceive the potential within it. As I see in all of you, tremendous witches and wizards, every one of you. Or it could just be my eyesight. Now, you all know what to do. It won't. Beautifully done. Class is dismissed. And remember, now is not the time to ease off your studying. OWLs will be here before you know it.
I haven't been called Puffsky.
You wanted to discuss my progress so far this term, Professor.
I did. You seem to have had no trouble in getting up to speed. And frankly, excelling in your schoolwork this year.
Thank you, Professor. The extra assignments have been helpful.
As I suspected they would be. Now, it seems you've been making excellent use of the opportunities presented by your field guide. Of course, the guide isn't the only measure of success. Deke tells me you captured a unicorn and brought it back to the Room of Requirement. Protecting so rare a beast is an accomplishment of which you can be quite proud.
Thank you, Professor.
I will say I'm especially impressed with all you've accomplished in light of the rumors of your extracurricular activities. Was your visit to the kitchens and the Hogsmeade graveyard with Nick to bribe a ghost for information connected in any way to Professor Fig?
Not at all. I'm fascinated by ghosts and, food. And I was interested in learning more about the castle and the surrounding area.
I see. I admire your penchant for learning, but do remember that your classwork and field guide are designed to educate you thoroughly. It'll be the end of the year in no time, and you'll want to be well prepared for your OWLs. I'll provide a final assessment at that time to ensure that you're ready for your exams. Until then, well done. You are dismissed. If you wish to practice the spell you just learned, the training dummy is available. Glad to see you were paying close attention to...
Something dawned on me about the triptych. Meet me at the Overlook, just north of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll explain.
My plan with the helmet failed, but I have another idea. I think we may be able to find what we need at a goblin mine south of Hogwarts. Meet me there, and bring someone who speaks gobbledygook.
I remember Armide mentioning something about gobbledygook.
Subterranean concoction sound.
No siema. Mm. Ty, a wiesz jak ja miałem jaja, kurwa? Było ogólnie... Nie no kurwa, czekałem aż mi się kurwa Hogward Legacy pobierze, nie? W ogóle... No kurwa, no odpaliłem, nie? W końcu się wyłoniłem z Wera. I tak kurwa, bo była aktualizacja ogólnie. Tak kurwa... Hogwardu. Playka też była jakiś czas temu. No, a przed tym jeszcze była aktualizacja właśnie, kurwa, Hogwardu, nie? I kurwa, dzisiaj odpaliłem dopiero. I tak, kurwa, chodzę, nie? Dobra, okej. Cisnę, kurwa, R2 i błąd gry mi wypierdala. Ja mówię, nie wierzę, nie? Mówię, chuj, odpaliłem...
Officer Singer disagrees. She sent me an arrow telling me that you have been trying to collect evidence of some kind against dark wizards.
No.
She berated me for not keeping a closer eye on
I,
you.
I mówię, kurwa, no nie, mówię, no nie. Chuj, odpaliłem jeszcze raz. Patrzę, cisnę R2 i to samo i chuj. I tak kurwa z kilka razy, nie? Ja mówię, nie wierzę, dobra, mówię, chuj. Szukałem na grupie, szukałem na necie. Nic, mówię, chuj. Mówię, usunę i zainstaluję, nie? Patrzę, patrzę, kurwa, jak niecałe 4 godziny, mówię, dobra. Potem niecałe 3, mówię, okej. Mówię, chuj, to sobie poogarniam, kurwa, mówię, to sobie pójdę, zjem coś i tak, kurwa. Mówię, chuj, patrzę.
And it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the highlands rather freely until now. Much to my mother's chagrin. That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
Możliwe.
Now the nickname makes sense. What an extraordinary ability to have.
It is. I love transforming, but Mother is less enthusiastic about it. She says that no creature,
No przecież Bóg dał wolną wolę człowiekowi, nie?
poaching has become so prevalent. She claims that she has foreseen tragedy befall me in my gazelle form.
No i kurwa i zainstalowała mi się, nie? I kurwa patrzę, pierwsze co cisnę R2, mówię o... I chuj, i pograłem kurwa, nie? Porobiłem misję. Już też patrzyłem właśnie, nie? Mówię, kurwa nie macie, nie? Mówię, bo chciałem już tobie opowiedzieć, nie? Patrzę, dostępny byłeś 50 minut temu. A ja akurat... Chwilę pograłem.
She's concerned for your safety. It may be best for you to stay away from Hogsmeade for now.
That may be safe, but I do not believe that it would be best. Do you? You could have fled the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow, and Randrock were after you, but you did not. I choose to act as you have. I must deal with Rookwood and Harlow, not hide from them. My mother cannot know where I am all the time. Thank you for being here during that rather awkward conversation.
Ja Remlanta tylko odpalałem, czy kurwa faktycznie nie, w innych biurach kurwa mi nie wypierdala tak. I odpaliłem Remnanta. Dobra, okej, chodzi. Mówię, chuj, dołączę do kogoś, nie? Dołączyłem do pierwszej lepszej osoby i ładuję. Mówię, aha. Mówię, no, to spoko. Cały tydzień, ponad 2 tygodnie napierdalaliśmy w to. Co, już mu gadałeś? No to teraz jak kurwa będzie grał i my będziemy
But breaking into Alfred Lawley's home wasn't the...
Over here.
This is a change of pace from our last outing.
Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never known poachers to use anything like that before.
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar. And Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
That's a good idea. We need to see this through.
I'll start looking into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with you. I didn't want to press it before. It seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
Fuck.
Rookwood is working with Ranrock. And Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts.
No.
Fig had a port key that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig had asked that I may speak of it.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps to shed light on what we saw at the tent. Don't worry, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. I shan't press for more details. In fact, I should probably be going. I'd like to track that dragon down as soon as I can. I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
No, mam nadzieję, że to nie będzie kicha jak teraz ta ostatnia.
Hello, pardon me.
Hello there. Was there something you needed?
Hello, I was wondering if you would be interested in having your own shop and a house elf to help you with it. Penny's the name. Penny's mistress is selling this shop, and Penny is most eager to start working with the new owner. It might surprise you to know that Penny can sell practically anything.
Oh, it would be wonderful to have a place to sell things.
Czekaj jeszcze raz, bo czytałem teraz.
Almost anything that you want to sell. It will be no work at all for you once the shop is up and running. If you want the shop, and Penny hopes that you do, you should talk to Penny's mistress as soon as you can.
Tam lista życzeń, czy jakoś tak?
Why is your mistress selling the shop? And you?
Penny cannot be certain, as Mistress Mason so rarely
Kurwa nie wiem.
However, she repeatedly mentions how tired she has become of trying to let the shop. She has had rotten bad luck with the last few tenants.
Are you all right? Are you holding your breath?
Penny's fine. Sometimes Penny simply needs to remind herself to stop.
Google tobie powie?
All right, I shall go and find Madam Mason.
Oh, this is splendid news indeed. You won't be sorry. You can find Mistress Mason at her home on the north edge of the village. Penny does hope she gets to work with you.
Co wszystko? Z dodatków. Pewnie pandy. No to właśnie to są te solowe właśnie. Te.
Yes, yes, I do. Are you interested?
Yes, I am. I've always wanted to own a shop.
How marvellous. I think you will find my terms quite generous. But, and do please forgive me for asking, do you think you might be a tad young to own a shop?
I am quite capable of owning a shop, I can assure you. I should think
Ale ja tobie mówiłem na samym początku, że ze wszystkie dodatki są same brązowe.
For such a venture. And of course you'll have Penny to help you. That elf could sell tea.
A, do tego nie słyszałem.
I assume she told you she comes with the place.
She did indeed.
Nie, no bo...
Tell you what, I shall sell you the space for an exceedingly fair price. I think you might just be shrewd enough to make a go of it.
An exceedingly fair price for a shop and an elf. What's the catch?
Ah, you are wise to be wary in business dealings. No catch, really. I simply ask that you allow me to do you the favour of buying the shop back. At a discount, of course, should your efforts fail. The last thing we need here in Hogsmeade is for one bad apple to spoil the barrel, if you get my meaning.
Your faith in me is overwhelming. You're sorely mistaken if you think I'm going to fail.
There's that confidence again. And, of course, I wish you every success. Do we have a deal?
It does sound intriguing, but I need to consider my finances first. I'll come and find you if I'm interested.
Very well. But I won't be able to keep the shop available for too long. If you do want the shop, I'd advise you to return to me as soon as possible. Hello again. You know, the shop won't be available forever.
Madam Mason, about the shop.
Yes?
I've decided I'd like to go ahead and purchase the shop.
I have to say I'm impressed. You are a remarkably resourceful student.
I am indeed.
Na jedną konsolę.
You won't be sorry. Give me the money, and I shall get the paperwork filed immediately.
Wonderful. Shall I head directly to the shop?
Please do. Oh, one more thing. Since my husband died, I've not been able to bring myself to retrieve some of his personal items. They're in a chest at the back of the shop. Penny has the key. As you get organised, I would be terribly grateful if you could help an old widow and gather his things for me before you open for business. I wish you the very best of luck in your endeavours. Penny will meet you there.
Ale tak będziesz miał shotgun.
Revelio. Well, I've done it, Penny. The shop.
I ludzi.
Oh, Penny is so pleased. Penny was hoping you would be the one to purchase it.
I'm
To
glad
się,
you came to help me.
co, PvP to kurwa będzie.
Kind thing to say. Penny will do all that she can to make this a success. There is much to do. The last tenant left in a bit of a rush, so we'll need to clean up and do some repairs.
MMO, no to ogólnie to jest ten levelowanie, kurwa, budowanie postaci. No, otwarty świat. No, bo to będzie kurwa z różnymi graczami, nie? Ile tam będzie graczy? No, no to będzie kurwa, właśnie to jest to MMO, nie?
Penny can already see the potential. This will surely be the most successful shop in Hogsweed.
No i pewnie za Chiny będą dungeony, kurwa, jakieś w chuj duży boss, kurwa, którego będzie napierdalać, kurwa, godzinę czasu, kurwa, właśnie te 99 osób. Bo tak w WoWie jest, kurwa, nie? Że idą, kurwa, a tam jest w chuj graczy. Idą teamami tam, kurwa, w chuj wieloosobowymi, nie? I tam napierdalają, kurwa, bossa, tam, kurwa, z 2 godziny, 4. Znaczy, tylko same gracze 2, nie? No to za chuja też, kurwa, może być lokalnie. No, ale to też właśnie nie wiadomo, bo jak to wyjdzie, to albo kurwa tam tydzień, albo 2, kurwa, przed tym, to mogą, kurwa, już zaktualizować, że to jest online, kurwa.
Revelio. 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 That's odd. Why would someone store one hat in here? Revelio. Confringo. Lumos. Well, that's not very hospitable.
Oh, goody! Someone to play with. You seem very smart. What fun this will be! For me, at least.
That's new. Onwards, I suppose. What in the... Who's there? Revelio.
Oni pomysłów nie mają. Pomysł.
Bats. Lovely. Seems as if I should hang something there. Confringo! These lanterns must belong somewhere. Perhaps the lanterns are meant to be hung on the hands. Revelio. Confringo! Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
How enlightening! You might survive a bit longer than...
A jakbym tobie nie wysłał zaproszenia na imprezę dzisiaj, a jutro, to byś się obraził na mnie, czy nie?
Lumos.
No.
Oh, you've come so far, so quickly. Well done. You might be just the playmate I've been looking for. I do hope you enjoy my playground. I encourage you to tell everyone about it, if you make it out, that is. Please try. If you get to the end, Perhaps we can come to some sort of arrangement. I do want your shop to succeed, after all. What's the saying? Two sides to every story. Unfortunately for you, both sides here are to my story. And you'll have to complete both to get to the end. I simply adore this blooming place, don't you? You know, foliage, like most living things, won't survive for long in the darkness.
Incendio! I wonder if I need to place lanterns to open these doors. Revelio. Incendio. Bombarda. Confringo.
Oh, I'm afraid of the dark. Does it worry you that I can see you, but you can't see me? It should.
Na bank, kurwa.
Wingardium Leviosa.
I'd offer you a seat, but I'm rearranging the furniture. Plus, don't want you getting too comfortable for what's in store, do I?
Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Leviosa. Accio, Wingardium Leviosa. Accio, Wingardium Leviosa.
Ah, a worthy playmate. Well done, me.
Incendio. Bombarda. Confringo. Incendio. Glacius. Confringo. Bombarda. Incendio. Depulso. Accio. Depulso. Confringo.
No bo to by ciężko było. No i jest po polsku. Kurwa, nie mam świetla.
Confringo. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
What's this? A game within a game? Ooh, knight to h3. Nighty night.
Revelio. That wasn't too difficult.
Druga część też jest.
Oh goodness! I do hope you're having as much fun as me.
Jak z filmu kurwa Eksmisja.
I think I'll keep you around a bit longer.
Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Ready? Time to raise the stakes, so to speak. Where shall I put this?
Confringo. Bombarda. Incendio. Confringo.
Catch as cats can, but catch me. You can't. Now that should get your attention. Well, this has been fun. Much to do, much to do. See you in a bit.
No ja powiem tobie, że kurwa mi się spodobały te dwa skille kurwa na lód.
You've chosen the scholarly route. You'll need more than you've learned from books to best me.
No jak jeszcze te dwa skille co w ogóle doszły to kurwa no tak.
It's always good to have a different perspective on things.
Więc też racja.
Accio, Wingardium Leviosa. Accio, Wingardium Leviosa. Accio, Wingardium Leviosa.
No nie, ja też już najebane 30 godzin na nim.
Depulso.
Aha.
Accio, Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Accio. Revelio.
Ah, you've chosen the scholarly route. You'll need more than you've learned from books to best me.
Halo, tak? No cześć. Nie. Kurde, zapomniałem. Wiedziałem, że... Tak. No. No. Ale nie chciałem chleba. Ja nie mówiłem, żebyś mi kupował chleba. No dobra, no to sobie wezmę już. Nie. Nie jeszcze. No, nie wyciągałem. Dobra. Dobra, dobra. Aniołku. Ja.
It's always good to have a different perspective on things.
Accio, Wingardium Leviosa. Depulso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Kurwa, zagadki w chuj, nie?
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
No być, ja nie jestem fanem, kurwa, ale... Ale wkręca, to jak za chuj, jakbyś, kurwa, pograł w te, to też za chuj, byś się wkręcił. Teraz, kurwa, kupiłem jakiś sklep, kurwa, otworzyłem skrzynię i chuj. I, kurwa, wjebałem się w jakieś zagadki, kurwa, Miami Vice. Czekaj, o chuj tu chodzi. Co, i ja mam tutaj, kurwa, se zejść? Gdzie jest ta dynia?
Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Perhaps I should pull the lantern into this room to cause the room to rotate again.
Przepraszam. Ogólnie, kurwa, ściany mi się, kurwa, kręcą wszystkie. Kurwa, beka jak chuj. Gra jest zjarany, kurwa.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Ale na przykład już zdobyłem wszystkie czary. Dobra, to chyba teraz tu trzeba pójść. Tak. No już dostałem srebrną trofkę za to.
Lumos. Revelio.
Oh, deja vu. Watch your step.
Confringo. Confringo. Bombarda. Confringo. Bombarda. Confringo. Confringo. Incendio. Confringo. Bombarda. Lumos. Confringo!
Running in circles, are we? Perhaps you should retrace your steps.
Lumos. What was that? Lumos. Lumos. Depulso! Incendio! Lumos.
Oh, how nice of him to pop in.
Lumos. Confringo. Bombarda. Confringo. Lumos. Confringo. Bombarda. Confringo. Confringo. Bombarda. Glacier. Incendio. Confringo. Confringo. Bombarda. Confringo. Revelio.
Home, sweet toe.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Huh. Mama się martwi, kurde.
done. I'll give you a moment to collect yourself, if you can. Ta-ta for now.
Revelio.
Aha! Finally! You, my inordinately clever friend, appear to have traversed this seemingly never-ending dungeon relatively unscathed. And now I suppose you want to go. Everyone leaves me, usually in a straitjacket, never to return. I'm starting to take it personally. I'm tired of having no one to play with. Ooh. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. If you can match wits with me now and agree to give me unfettered access to the shop for, say, 1 day a month to have a little fun, I'll sign a contract. Pursuant to which, let me see, I will blah, 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 blah. Oh, yes, leave you and your customers alone at all other times, etc., etc. You get to shop, I get my chaos. Sound acceptable? Excellent! Let the games begin! Catch as cat can, but can you catch me? I mean, you can't.
Confringo. Incendio. Glacius. Bombarda. Confringo. Bombarda. Glacius. Incendio. Confringo. Confringo.
Ja przed chwilą kurwa zwiedziłem lochy i chuja co miałem. To ma. No.
Incendio. Confringo. Bombarda.
Kurwa nie wiem. Aha. Nie wiem, kurwa. Że ja nie wyłączałem, no kurwa grałem cały czas teraz.
Confringo. Incendio. Bombarda.
Znowu utracono.
Confringo. Incendio. Bombarda.
Try seeing things from my point of view.
No, rozjebałem go właśnie.
So meticulously crafted. Such a treat to have fun again in my little dungeon.
I must say, I enjoy a good challenge.
Ah, a kindred, dare I say, spirit.
So, about that contract.
I am a poltergeist of my word.
Very well. I shall agree to your contract, with one small addendum.
Hooray! No more of this unsatisfying banging about all day in a pitiful void. Wait, did you say one small addendum?
I did. In order that I have a successful shop with lots of customers, would you agree to causing chaos only after 9 o'clock in the evening?
Ja na 5000.
Would you agree to at least 2 days a month instead of 1?
I would.
Pleasure doing
Ja
business.
mam 50 mega na sekundę.
You've worn me out. Ah, well done. I had a feeling about you. I have to admit, Cassandra did a wonderful job finding the perfect playmate.
Zobaczę u siebie.